All right, everybody, we're gonna go through the last 4 minutes and 13 seconds of the regulation of the aim high hashtag steak dinner game. And just to go through, how to attempt to come back in a game, how one team makes it easy for another team to do so, and how to coach through all this and the various decisions that Mike and I made and various decisions the players made and um, go through all the drama that led to one of my favorite wins in the years I've been doing this. If you want to know the truth, and really, really enjoyed it. The kids really just embraced the opportunity. Remember, they had only 5 kids against a very, very tough team who had just scored 90 points in their other games. And remember, we only had 3 timeouts to use during the course of the whole game. And with only 5 kids, you'd like to use as many timeouts. You had to use all your timeouts, to keep everybody rested. So we had to gauge, when to use timeouts to rest versus when to save them for game action later. And you'll see that we got very lucky a couple of times with the decisions that the other coaches from the other team made. And not to make this video to disparage them, just to show that, listen, when you guys watch Chris and Mike, they're coaching their asses off. There's really a lot that goes into it. And the difference between games like this can be just a couple of decisions, really. And just overall, the teaching kids basketball IQ to do the right things, which Chris and Mike and the whole staff there does just a great job. And just happy to have been part of this, honestly. So let's take a look at this. So we are, just to reset it, we're down 11 with 4:13 to go. And we have 1 foul to give. We have 8 fouls. And at the time, Osagi had 3 fouls. And I think Amari had 4. And you're allowed to have 6 total. And this comes into play pretty quickly. And I said to these kids during the last timeout that, listen, if we're still down 10 with 4 minutes to go, we're just going to have to go into diamond. Just going to have to go into press and do it. I don't care if we win by 30 or 1. It's the same thing. I always want to try to play to win. And 4 minutes is a time that I think you got to really start to get it rolling, if not earlier. A lot of what I see in AAU is a lot of coaches wait way too long to try to win. And by the time they try, it's too late. So what was interesting is that I told the kids at last time out that we might have to go into diamond pretty soon, but I wasn't exactly sure when that was going to be. And I didn't want to have to use a timeout because I only had 1 left to do that. But fortunately, we did talk about diamond a couple of times last year, and they kind of went into it automatically. So anyway, we're going to go through the rest of this game and see what's going on here. So we're down 11. We have Osagi's at the line. We have 2 free throws, I think, or 1 left. We missed the first. And then actually we get right into it. Now, the thing about diamond, again, is I don't need the steal. I just want to make them do stupid stuff. Just speed them up a little bit. So we're in it. Guy falls. And they give Osagi a foul, which we don't need. So I think now he has 4. But it's fine. I mean, 9 fouls is fine because I want to be over the limit at this point. So again, all we wanted to get was going to speed up. Now, okay, let's see what they do. Okay. So they pulled it out, which is the last good decision they made basically the rest of this game. So I'm actually really worried right now. I really do think they're just going to pull it out and do nothing and force us. But the guy makes it just a terrible decision. We blocked the ball out of bounds. And again, it's still their ball. Clock is completely against us. Let's see what they do here. Again, they're slowing it down, which is really the right idea here. Only take layups, and this is just a hopeless shot anytime during the game, especially at this time. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. 3.5 minutes to go, down 10. Connor makes the layup, and I call timeout. Okay. Now, I know it's probably not the greatest to call the last time out there, but I really wanted to set up and everybody know what the hell's going on here. Okay. I'd remind people that, we are in the 1-on-1, which is fine. I had to remind everybody that, Sagi had 4 fouls, but I'm not worried about 4. When it gets to 5, I got to worry because we only have 5 people, right? So Mike is here. Thankfully, Mike came for the last like 5-6 minutes because Mike was really, really good at bouncing ideas back off me. And we kind of made some really good joint decisions here on this. Mike's getting really, really good at this. So again, we are down now 8. And I don't want to foul like immediately if they break the press. But if they start to really slow it down, I think I might. Again, we just have to kind of think about this. Now, it looks as though this other team has kind of lost its mind because that bad 2 for literally no reason and that bad take literally for no reason, I don't know what that was all about. So we have that going for us, that this team might be badly coached, have bad fight IQ, so to speak, or whatever. So, okay, so we're in it. Connor's doing a nice job. He's just as deep as the deepest guy. Ball comes in. Very nice. Just get him to speed up. We don't even need a steal. Steal would be great, but just get him to do stupid stuff. All right, so good trap. All right. Even this isn't bad. Not out of control. We get the rebound. And you'll see every time they shoot, I'm like shocked they shoot. All right, so here we go. We turn the ball over. It's obviously not ideal. So now we're down 3 with 8, down 8 with 3 minutes to go now. And you'll see, I think that the guy that takes a terrible shot again, we block it. They're totally helping us out here. Here's Mike, kicks to Leo. You think he makes this, right? Does not make the 3. That's just really unfortunate. We deserve better than that. So 2:45 to go, still down 8. Amari swipes. And again, the guy loses his mind. Connor gets the ball down. Over to Mike. Over to Amari for 3. Bang. Okay, so down 5, 2:25 to go. We're right back in it. Hopefully they do something dumb. And they bring it down. Okay, so the guy actually does this. I mean, can you believe that the guy does this? He literally takes a 3. First of all, this guy's wide open. Second of all, this clock is 2:20, and they're up 5. And you'll see my reaction when he takes the shot. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I mean, how good are we? See, I go like this. Okay. Okay. So we get the rebound. They get the rebound. They put it back in. I mean, come on. They really got away with that. So anyway, we're down 7. 2 minutes to go. Got to keep fighting though. And Mike goes up and we get a foul call. Okay, good. So we get to breathe a second. So down 7, 2 minutes to go. They're trying their best to lose the other team. We're just trying to put them in a position to lose for them to make those decisions. And we have. That's what the press will do. You won't get steals all the time, but it'll force them to do stupid stuff. So does Mike make 2 of these? Are we that good? Let's see. First one is up. That is good. And we know we're right in it right away. And I told Connor, what are you doing on the line there? We want you back here anyway. Yeah, good call by Mike. And we put the guard right here where he's supposed to be. Okay, so we're in it right away. We're all set up. Connor's right here. Let's see. Just this is all good enough. Just one little trap. I mean, they reverse it okay, but listen, it's not ideal. All right, they get it across. Another trap. They're trying to kill the clock a little bit. So this game, I won't say should be over, but whatever. And I don't know what this is, but I put my hands on my head again, and we get lucky again. So again, they're giving us these opportunities. We have to seize them eventually, right? Mike for 3, no good, and I jump up and down again. So now we're down 5, 1:20 to go, 1:30. They can close the game out again. Okay, we're gonna have to start fouling in a second. I mean, honestly, I would. And Asagi gets a steal somehow and makes a layup, and we are now down by 3. All right. We're in it, 66-63, and now he gives a foul. And that, I think, is his 5th. So I bring him here. I say, dude, you have 5 fouls. Okay? One more, and we have 4 players, and basically the game is up. So let's see if we can't get lucky. Maybe he misses a free throw. I mean, everything else is going our way. So you'd have to think he misses the free throw, right? Let's see. Miss. Nope. So now again, we're kind of screwed. 67, 63. And I think I called shirt out of this. Hopefully we can get an open three here. And Connor does not set a very good screen down here. And we'll see what happens. Okay. So 68, 63. And you see what happens? We did not call shirt because I couldn't yell down there. But this other team did us an enormous favor of calling timeout. So we have no timeouts left, and we are down 5, and they call the timeout, basically giving us one, which means number one, we get to call something. Number two, we get a little bit of a breather because remember we're down 5. We have 5 people. Okay, anytime there's a stoppage, it's good for our cardio. So we're down 5 with the ball, and now we definitely called shirt. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think I asked them what they wanted to run. I think Mike said we can get shirt. Well, not Mike Main on the court. And now he's kind of directing traffic, which I liked. And what we were talking about here, Mike and I were coaches, is what do we do if they make it? You know, if we make a 3, are we still in the press? And I think we decided that if they made a 3, that we would get out of it. But if they made a 2, we would stay in it. I think that's what we ended up deciding. I think pretty sure that's the right decision. But in fairness, this team has lost its mind, so maybe we should have pressed anyway. Anyway, let's see what happens. So Leo smartly comes back for the ball. Osagie brings it up. Nice. We're just in, so we're in shirt. Here we go. He gets it back. Connor does not screen the guy at all. And so there's no pass available, but Mike makes it 2 anyway. Okay, so we went back into the press down 3. Sorry. Get this. When we get the steal, very nice. Out for Mike for 3. Bang. All right. So tie game. We need a stop. They do not call timeout. And thankfully, this is good coaching by you, Chris. You know, to always, these guys know what to do. He's on ball. Amari's seen both, but protecting the rim. Connor is protecting the rim. Mike's on a shooter out here. And we just got to get this one stop. Excellent job by Mike. Terrible job by this other team. And into overtime. So overtime here is not where you go to 5. Overtime here, we have no timeouts, so we can't call anything here. And we actually get a kind of a shot off here, actually. Let's just take a look. That's actually would be good if it went in. But so we get a 2-minute overtime. And what's good about the overtime is that Osagie won the jump really easily to start the game. So I knew we could call something. So we called shirt right out of the gate. Now, I was hoping that Connor would remember to set the screen, but I don't think it happened, but let's just see what happens. That's the one good thing about this is that I knew that Osagie was going to get the jump here. So we got 2 minutes, and I think if this goes into a tie, then we go first team to 5. But let's just take a look. All right. So Osagie does in fact get the jump. Very nice. And they can get set up really quickly and easily, I think. Yeah, okay, here we go. Good job, get set up. Pass back, Connor. This is the screen. Leo for 3. Oh, I'm lucky. We get the rebound back for 3. Oh my God. All right, so still tied, 1:30 to go. We get a stop, or even better, can we get a steal? Good job, Leo, good strip. Good shot, everybody. There you go. So Connor has it. I think we just run 50 here. All right, here we go. Leo, easy 3, bang. So up 3, a minute to go in overtime. Now, what's interesting is that they only have 4 fouls to give. They have 4 fouls. This becomes important in a minute. Tries to throw it away, unsuccessful. Steal by Osagie, my hero. So now we're up 3, 53 seconds to go. I presume they get one. Trying to kill this a little bit. Just do not do anything good. But he got stolen from behind. Now, whose fault is this, by the way? Probably the coach's fault, honestly. Probably my fault. But you got to communicate this, someone coming from behind. Okay, so Osagie, you've got to communicate this coming from behind. Nonetheless, gets pocket picked and the layup and up 1. All right, they're still fine. They have 5 fouls to give. We could just kill this. That'd be great. What's cool, you'll see, is that we do have a timeout. They gave us one more timeout in overtime. So this is what happens. This is a really important. This is kind of like a good coaching analytical point. I'm going to stop this at about the 25-second mark here. So he gets the ball here, and he starts to dribble this way, and then he tries to dribble back. Okay, so this is what happens. Remember that the last time this happened, the guy pickpocketed him from behind. So I was very, very afraid of that happening again. So once I saw the guy try to get him from behind, I called timeout. Now you'll see what happens here is that what ended up happening after the whistle was that he finds Connor wide open underneath. Now let's look at this. See, so he comes out to trap, and Mike, after I called timeout, I'm calling timeout right here as I see this coming, and then he finds Connor what could have been a layup, right? And I know Mike says, why you call a timeout? So the thing is that a couple of things. Number one, I was afraid of this trap, and who am I to know that he's going to find him? Second thing is, and this is a really, we could debate this next point for about an hour. If I knew that I was going to get a wide open layup, given this particular game score, time, and foul situation, would I even want it? It's really, really close. As you think about it, like if he makes a layup, which he probably will, if he makes a layup, we're up 3 and they have the ball with a lot of things that could happen. Okay. If we do not go for the layup, then we have the ball with 21 seconds to go, and they have 4 full fouls to give before we could even have to shoot free throws. So it's close. I mean, again, this is one of those real close borderline situations where even if I knew I was getting the layup, I don't know if I would even take it. You know, and we call plays. Actually, I do. But I would call plays like from side out of bounds where you could try to get a layup out of it, but at +1, you're up 1. I don't even know if you want it when they have 4 fouls to give. And this is, listen, you really want to be in analytics? If you really, these are the things you have to think about. And this is a tough one. Nonetheless, we call timeout. And he's like, why'd you call timeout? And you just got pickpocketed, dude. I can't exactly trust you to make this. Anyway, 21 seconds to go. And all I want to do was just call some stuff to get the ball in bounds. And unfortunately, we ran spread like in practice once, like literally a year ago. And there was and only 3 of the kids that were there even knew it. So there was no chance for me to run it now. So what I try to do is just basically say two big guys screen for Mike, and then we just kill. And then we just kill some clock. Now, again, I could have had something with somebody coming to the basket, but again, is that better to even get the layup than to just get the ball in? And the other thing to think about, coaches, is do I want to throw it back this way, which has the benefit of killing more clock, but runs the more risk of getting stolen for an easy layup? Now, the referees are kind of going through some they lost their minds, or they're trying to give us the ball out of bounds underneath, which is incorrect. So, and the other coach complains, which is correct. Call a timeout out here, which is good because I actually called a play for side out of bounds up here anyway. So there's a little bit of a delay for like a minute, for a second while they figure this out. We're going to call a timeout with them up here. So they're going to give us the ball over here. And I think at this time, the kids sort of forgot what we were supposed to do, but not really, because when it comes back out, you see Osagie and Connor do the right thing. They're trying to screen for um for Mike, and Mike fights through it and gets it with 21 seconds to go. And again, it's just a question of killing enough clock. So actually, it goes into Osagie, to Amari, back to Osagie, over to Mike. He dribbles. This is a really big pivot to not get back, to not get the turnover. So now there's 11 seconds to go. They still have 4 fouls to give. Again, we just got to get the ball in like twice. And again, I thought about having him go back this way, but that's like very dangerous. If you can get a ball in this way, it's easy. But okay, so tick, tick. Only a couple of seconds went off, so 9 seconds left. They still have 2 fouls to give. There's no way that they can foul us in time to win the game that way. They have to get a steal. That's the only way they can win here. Or let us make a layup. So here is where the problem happened. We did not get the ball into Mike. It went over to Osagie, who tried to throw it back to Amari, and it gets stolen. And they call timeout. And his foot was not out of bounds, by the way. Hey, you know what? That's what happens. And you have to be organized, and you have to have these good side out of bounds plays running, like on the jump, so that you know how to close these games out. So you know what? We couldn't get the ball in 5 times in a row, which is it's not easy to do. So now we got to get a stop. So 6 seconds to go. This is what we decided, is that we wanted Mike up here denying the guy who's going to get the ball from the out of bounds. And then the last second we said, you know what, Osagie, what I want you to do is to be on the ball, make this pass difficult, make sure it goes this way. And then as soon as this ball goes in, I want you sprinting back, because the last thing I want is for the inbounder to get the ball back, like on the run. So this is the idea. I want Osagie right here on the ball. And then again, what's so good is that he takes the right angle, by the way. And we'll just see how it happens. And I told these other guys, just get back here, be in help, be on a guy, and let's just get a stop. But I was hoping that Mike would get the guy to turn. That's why I had him denying the guy on the ball, is I wanted to shape him up and make him turn like maybe at least once. That would kill like a full like half a second. So Osagie's good. And this is what's weird what happens. So it comes in bounds, and okay, now Osagie starts to sprint back, but he kind of like almost like screens off Mike. It's like kind of weird. Like comes back here, Mike gets kind of screened off. So the guy gets a little bit more momentum than I would like, but then he takes like a bad shot, and then we'll see, and then we win. So now the last thing I want to do is I want to go back, because I want to see what happens at the end of the game, because the drama is not over. So what happened to the untrained eye is that somebody threw the ball at Amari, and then Osagie came in to try to beat everybody up. Well, what actually happened, as I was explaining to Mr. Pryor, is that when Amari was really hyped up from this game. Okay, he got a dunk, he was playing really great. When he ended up getting the rebound at the end, he actually just like basically pushed the ball in the opponent's face, sort of. Not exactly, but like kind of like dismissively, like, here you go, buddy. And then the other guy threw the ball back at Amari. And then Amari basically was like, whoa, not me. And then Osagie came in to try to beat everybody up. He didn't actually come in to try to beat everybody up. He just, was protecting his guys, sort of. So let's take a look at this again. So what we're looking for is Amari getting the ball after the miss, throwing it back at his guy, like saying, here you go, buddy. And then getting it thrown back at him. So just take a look. All right, so here it is. So Osagie gets it over to Amari, and let's see what Amari does with the ball. Ready? Ready? Amari, ready? Ready again. Hop. And then to him, he's like, what did I do? And now Asagi comes in to try to beat him. He didn't actually, but that's actually pretty much better strength than I gave him credit for. I thought it was worse. So I took these guys and listen, we just won like one of the greatest games like ever. And don't end up in jail because of it. I actually don't even think the other team participated in the handshake line. They all went on tilt and left the game. Let's go. Great job.